Hi, everybody. My name is Lisa, and I am one of the teachers here at Verbling.com. And this hour, we're going to have an English class. It is going to be a listening practice class. So if you want to join us for this hour, if you have a reservation, you can go ahead and use that reservation now. If you do not have a reservation, that's okay because the class is starting right now and you can join anytime. So you can click on the Join Class button right above the video that's streaming right now on Verbling.com. If you are checking Verbling.com out for the first time and you are wondering how it works, I will take some time now to explain while we are waiting for students to join the class. So Verbling.com is a language learning website, and you can take classes all day long, every day in English. We also have Spanish, Italian, and French as well. So hi there, Rafael. How are you?
Hi Lisa, I'm fine, thank you. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Still hot?
Yes, really hot today.
Yeah. So what do you do to stay cool when it's so hot?
I don't know, I think I've taken maybe 7 or 8 showers today, just to yeah, and and and
Wow.
a lot of water and just
Drinking a
to
lot. Yeah.
yeah
Is it hot and humid, or is it it must be humid, right? Because you're by the water? Yeah,
yeah
it's
yes, it's
humid.
humid. It's
Okay.
humid. It's not that dry. It's the kind of medium term.
Mm.
It's not exactly humid.
Okay.
I think it would be worse if I think it would be worse if it would be completely humid. Maybe I think it
Y-
would the moisture
The
would
moisture, yeah.
I think it retains the heat. So I think it
Mhm.
would be worse.
Yeah, usually like for example in Florida, it can be hot and we call it muggy if it's really humid, and in the south, in the southern states of the United States, that's what the weather can be like. It can be hot and muggy. So that's more miserable. Hot and dry is usually nicer. But yeah. All right. So hi, Miguel. How are you? Michael.
Hello, Lisa. Oh, very well. Thanks. And you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Um, what time is it? We're in Spain.
In Spain, 2 o'clock? No.
Wow. Wow.
Very late.
Very late. Oh, well, it's Saturday night, huh?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Today I go out. I at home now.
yeah.
So
All
frankly,
right.
my English is very bad.
All right, well, we're going to practice right now. So, Graciela, how are you doing?
I be good, and you?
I'm doing well. How's Florida?
I miss you.
How's Florida today?
Now it's cold.
Cold, really?
Yes, very cold.
Where in Florida do you live? What part of Florida?
North. I live in Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, let's see what the
Yes.
weather is. Do you know what the temperature is? It says it's 65.
Uh, I need to look.
Maybe 18
What's it?
in Celsius.
I don't. Sorry. In Brazil, I like the cells here for
Yeah,
prayer.
Fahrenheit.
76 now. No,
76?
this no, no. This inside. Sorry, this inside. I need to look outside. But I think it's cold.
Yeah, yeah. Not too bad compared to where I am.
Uh, Today in the morning, 54.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of cold. colder
Yes.
for Florida, but Florida's still pretty warm. For me right now, the temperature where I live is 40 degrees Fahrenheit,
Uh-huh.
or what does it say? 4 degrees Celsius.
How do you say this? Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah, Fahrenheit.
E em Brasil said
Celsius. Yeah,
Celsius.
right. Pretty much everywhere else in the world. The Americans in the United States, we don't use the metric system very much. We learn about it and we use it in like science and technology, baking, things like that. But for temperature, we use Fahrenheit, and when you're measuring things, we use feet and inches instead of centimeters and meters and things like that. So
For weight to for
So-
weight too, because here he use pounds. In Brazil use kilos.
right, exactly, yeah. Kilos or kilograms. Yeah, I know. Even in Canada, they use kilograms and kilometers and stuff, but here we still use miles, pounds.
Yes.
So
This
it can
is
be
true. This is true.
confusing. Yeah, can be confusing. Hi,
Yes,
Narelle.
for me, yes. I
Yeah,
learn.
yeah,
Every day I learn here.
Hi, Lisa. Merry
exactly.
Christmas and Happy
Merry
New
Christmas.
Year.
Thank you. Nice Smurf.
Yes, a blue
Smurf.
one.
A studious Smurf. Studying. Narelle, has it been difficult for you to think in terms of miles and Fahrenheit and all that kind of stuff? The
Yeah,
measurement?
at first when I moved here, I mean,
Yeah.
it was a little strange for me because still answering people when they ask me what's the weather there, I say like 65 degree,
Yeah.
45 degree. And it was like, really? Are you? Oh my God. Are
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
waking there? What? Then I say, oh, okay, I have to change it to Fahrenheit. I changed kilometer to
Right.
miles.
Right.
Yeah. But then I used to it now. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, welcome to class. This is going to be a listening class. So I'm going to be reading some short articles, news articles, mostly about different types of topics. But before I start, I wanted to go over just a little some tips, I've called them. I just wrote them just now, but for listening comprehension. So one of the main things is to listen for the gist. The gist is just like the main storyline. What's the main thing that this is about? Even if you can't understand every individual word, you want to get the main idea. So that's the beginning. Of course, as you continue to improve and you can hear the words better and you understand how we run the words together, then you'll be able to understand more and more. But at least try to focus on, was I talking about a boy or a girl? Was it about an animal or an airplane? What was the story mostly about? And if you can, don't spend time translating into your own language. So as soon as you're listening, just try to stay relaxed. Don't get nervous or stressed out about it, especially in this class because, you're not being graded or anything. Narelle, it might be more stressful when you're taking the test and you
Yes.
know that you can't ask them questions and you have maybe they're only going to play the tape one time or two times. That can be more stressful, but right now we're going to relax and just try to hear the words and yeah, try not to translate because that will slow you down because I'm going to keep talking, but if you're stuck translating into your own language, you might get behind. And then also the same thing about, if you hear a word or a phrase that you don't really understand, don't think about it too much. Just keep listening, to what I'm saying. And then these last two I think are really important. You know, you're trying to make meaning of something. So you're listening to something, and usually when you're listening to something, it has to make sense, right? So if I'm talking about, you know, flying to Hawaii on a vacation, I'm probably not going to throw in there something about Russia, you know, or something out of the blue about Obama. So, you know, using the context clue. So what are the other words that are happening in the story or in the news article, so that you can kind of guess, basically, even if you don't really know the word. Maybe it's the first time that you're hearing it. Maybe you've heard it a couple times, but you don't exactly know what it means. What are the other words around it that give you the context, so that you can say, oh, I don't know what it means exactly, but it probably means this, or it must mean this. And the way you can also figure that out is, you know, whatever you already know about the topic. So, for example, if I start talking about pizza, for example, and you're listening to something about how to make a pizza, then you know you probably already know what a pizza is. You might know already how it's made, so that can help you with the listening as well. Bring all the information you have in your own language, in your own life, and your experience to the article or whatever it is that you're listening to. So a lot of times this is good if you're trying to watch movies in English. You can actually see what's happening. So maybe you don't know exactly what they're saying, but that can also help you. Like when you're watching the movie, you're actually watching the people do different things. So it's not, because you got to remember, when you're listening to something, it's usually pretty logical. You know, it's pretty common, things that people say, the way that people talk about things, the way they report the news in French or Portuguese or Spanish is similar to the way that we report the news in English. So maybe you've heard the news already in your own language, then you can listen to it in English and you'll be able to understand a lot. So those are just some tips. I'm going to leave them up there as I read. Got to drink some water here. My voice. Okay, so I'm going to read each story twice. So the first time I'll read it kind of more slowly and pronouncing the words more clearly so that you can hear the words more individually. And then the second time I'm going to read the story at normal speed and just like I would if I was just reading it to somebody, you know, in my house or something. Okay, so all you guys have to do is relax and listen. You can take notes if you want, but or you can just kind of see. After I'm done reading, then I'm going to ask you guys, what was it about? What did you understand? And we'll talk about, were there things that you didn't really know, and I can explain that to you. Okay? So this first one here, let me choose it. This one is called Alligator in a Shop. Okay, so already the title tells you basically what it is going to be about. An alligator in a shop, in a store. Okay? All right, here we go. A man has tried to swap an alligator for a pack of beers at a shop in Florida. That crazy guy came to the store with a small alligator. He tried to sell it to buy a couple of beers. The store's owner was concerned the alligator might be set loose and bite one of his customers, so he asked the man to leave, but he wouldn't. I was scared, you know, because it was my first time that I see somebody with that kind of animal in the store. Soon the police arrived and the man was arrested and charged with possessing, illegally taking, and attempting to sell an alligator. He was standing over there with the alligator, you know. After that, a minute later, the police came over here to arrest him because someone called 911, you know. The alligator was not harmed in the incident and was later released back into the wild. All right, so now I will read it at normal speed. A man has tried to swap an alligator for a pack of beers at a shop in Florida. That crazy guy came to the store with a small alligator. He tried to sell it to buy a couple of beers. The store's owner was concerned the alligator might be set loose and bite one of his customers, so he asked the man to leave, but he wouldn't. I was scared, you know, because it was my first time that I see somebody with that kind of animal in the store. Soon the police arrived, and the man was arrested and charged with possessing, illegally taking, and attempting to sell an alligator. He was standing over there with the alligator, you know. After that, a minute later, the police came over here to arrest him because someone called 911, you know. The alligator was not harmed in the incident and was later released back into the wild. All right, let's see what you guys understood. Okay, Raphael, what was this little article about? What did you understand?
About a crazy man who tried to sell his alligator in this shop.
Yes.
He's looking for buy beer
Uh-huh.
or something like that, but of course everyone, the bars on the store's owner got concerned and called the police. I don't remember who called the police. It was the owner of the store. I don't remember. But he called
There was
but
somebody
someone
else.
called somebody else called the police, and he was arrested for taking for hold a wild animal, and
Mm-hmm.
the animal was released in the woods, in the nature again.
Yeah, released into the swamps. Yes. Okay, Miguel.
Yes, I'm here. Where are you reading, Lisa?
I'm reading something that you're not looking at.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Very difficult for me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go over it and we'll see what. Did you understand that it was about a guy who brought an alligator to a store?
No, I don't know the mean alligator in the shop.
Okay. So Narelle, how about you?
Listen, no
Yes.
problem. I try to look the you read, but no problem. I continue, no problem. Okay?
Yeah, just keep listening, and we're going to go over it. So it's okay.
Okay, okay. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Narelle, did you understand
Yes, this,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it was about a man, a crazy man who brought an alligator to the store and they wanted to sell it because they want to buy some beer. But the owner told him to leave the store because he is worried about the customer safety. But the
Right.
man insists, someone call 911, they come, they charge him. And the alligator, they is not harmed and he was released in the wild. And the crazy man went to jail.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So he went to jail. So he wanted to swap an alligator. So he wanted to swap an alligator for some beers. So to swap means he wanted to trade. So he wanted to give this guy an alligator that he took from the wild so he could get some beers. Actually, Graciela, you live in Florida. Have you ever seen an alligator there?
No, you believe it? I don't see. I list about many people said, Florida have many alligators, but I never see in my life. Only in store for sale or for food. Have a restaurant here in
Yeah.
Jacksonville. This restaurant make food with the alligator.
Oh, okay. Wow, really?
Yes, many people got said for me, oh, this restaurant very good. I know, I never eat.
Yeah.
But I listened before in Brazil.
Uh-huh.
Many my friends eat alligator in Brazil said the food like chicken. Tasty like a chick.
Yeah, it tastes
I
like
don't know.
chicken. That's funny.
Yes.
That's kind of a common saying that we say here in the US. A lot of times, like if somebody says a different meat that we don't usually eat, like something like rabbit or duck or whatever, that's a common thing is we say it tastes like chicken. But
Yes.
even if it doesn't, people just say it. I don't know why. It's funny. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yes, so I think you guys understood that. The alligator was not harmed, so it was not hurt in the incident, and it did go back into the wild. So they took the alligator back and put him where he came from. So yeah, that's good. I put the Miguel, I put the link there, so you probably can see it. Oh, he dropped out. All right, it's too hard for him. All right, well, Miguel's, it's pretty late too for him. That's pretty late. Okay, so I will read another one. Let's see here. Let me find one. All right, so this one is about bats. 80,000 bats in Australia. Okay. Commotion in the skies above North Queensland as a colony of 80,000 bats are driven away by the sounds of horns, helicopters, and gun blasts. While many residents were pleased to see the back of the mammals who'd infested a local park. Quote, "I've got feces coming down, raining in their yards, on their cars. It stinks, it smells. Some days it's that unbearable that it's unbearable. You just can't open your doors." Others were concerned about the environmental consequences. They have no chance to fly off. They have no chance to save their babies. They're just on the ground and they're horribly injured and they could die. The council said it would continue the program for the next 10 days to see whether the bats return. All right. It's a little confusing. Commotion in the skies above North Queensland as a colony of 80,000 bats are driven away by the sounds of horns, helicopters, and gun blasts. While many residents were pleased to see the back of the mammals who'd infested a local park, and then there's somebody's talking here. "I've got feces coming down, raining in their yards, on their cars. It stinks, it smells. Some days it's that unbearable you just can't open your doors." Others were concerned about the environmental consequences. They have no chance to fly off. They have no chance to save their babies. They're just on the ground and they're horribly injured and they could die. The council said it would continue the program for the next 10 days to see whether the bats return. All right, so what's happening with all of these bats? Did you guys understand where were these bats?
I don't understand.
It's kind of confusing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go a little bit at a time. Commotion in the skies above North Queensland as a colony of 80,000 bats are driven away by the sounds of horns, helicopters, and gun blasts. So do you guys know what the word commotion means?
Emotion.
Concern.
Commotion in the skies. Commotion is like a lot of chaos, like a lot of noise, chaos, activity. So the commotion in the skies is talking about all the bats. So there's this colony of bats, so a big group of 80,000 bats, and they're trying to drive them away. So it means they want them to leave. And so they've been using these horns, helicopters, and gun blasts to try to get these bats out of there. And it says, while many residents were pleased to see the back of the mammals who'd infested a local park. So this is kind of how it got confusing because it's a news report actually. So here we have the residents. So you guys understand the residents, the people who live there. They were pleased to see the back. So when you see the back of somebody, it means they're leaving, right? So they were happy to see the bats leave because they had they had infested a local park. So to infest is when lots of animals come together, and it's called an infestation. So sometimes in a house, maybe you get a lot of ants. Then you can have an ant infestation. You can have rats sometimes. So it means when a lot of them come, and that's not usually a good thing. You want them to leave. So these people wanted them to leave, and they were saying some things about what was happening. So they were talking about the smell and stuff. So it says, I've got feces coming down. So the poop, the bat poop, that's what feces is. That's what's happening. It was like raining in their yard. So you can imagine, like, 80,000 bats. That's just like incredible amount of bats. And of course, bats, just like birds that are in flying around, they're pooping a lot, and so you can imagine the situation is probably not a very good situation for the people that were living around that area. That's why they were trying to get rid of them. And then other people were concerned about the environmental consequences. That means to the bats. So they were concerned about the bats and how they were being affected by this program of trying to get them out of there. So it says they have no chance to fly off. They have no chance to save their babies. They're just on the ground and they're horribly injured and they could die. So all of these bats are together and, having problems. But it says the council said it will continue the program for the next 10 days to see whether the bats return. So it sounds like maybe they were successful in getting rid of them, but they're going to make sure in case they come back, they'll have to do it again. So what was difficult about this article? Was it the words? Were there words that you didn't understand? Was it confusing topics? Graciela?
I think it was a little bit harder than the previous one, but I can understand the most part of the article.
Sometimes when you're reading what people say, it's not always so correct, like because it's in the middle of a conversation, and if it's from like a news clip or something, it can make it a little bit harder to understand. But Graciela, for you, was it difficult? Were the words unknown to you, or was there anything difficult?
I learned many words different today.
Okay.
Yes, every day I learn it. But today, when you read it, I need at least 2 times for me understand.
Okay.
First time you read it, I don't understand nothing.
Right.
Now I understand it better.
Good. Okay, good. That's great.
Yeah.
And Narelle, how about you? For you, was this, did you understand it?
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't that difficult. It was okay. Just maybe sometimes when there is more than one source in the article, could be little confusing. Confusing. Yeah, but other than that, it was okay.
It was okay? Okay.
I got more harder than this stuff at the exam, so
Sure.
This is just like the icing on the cake.
this now you can feel really good.
Yes.
Yes, it's harder with the academic language. Yeah. Okay, well, this one is interesting. This one is about the sign language interpreter that was interpreting for or at the funeral for Nelson Mandela. So everybody knows what sign language is, right? For deaf people use sign language to communicate with their hands. And so this is about the person who was doing that at the funeral. It's kind of strange. I will read it twice. The sign language interpreter at Nelson Mandela's memorial has been called a fake by the deaf community there. They say he made up his own signs and was merely flapping his arms around. During Obama's speech, experts say he looked as if he was trying to swat flies away from his face. The Deaf Federation of South Africa says it's a real embarrassment, a complete disrespect for the deaf community and for what Nelson Mandela stood for, and the support which he gave the deaf community. Professional interpreters say they don't know who the man is, and organizations that accredit interpreters don't recognize him either. The Government Communications Office has not yet made an official comment. Okay, now I will read it faster. The sign language interpreter at Nelson Mandela's memorial has been called a fake by the deaf community there. They say he made up his own signs and was merely flapping his arms around. During Obama's speech, experts say he looked as if he was trying to swat flies away from his face. The Deaf Federation of South Africa says it's a real embarrassment, a complete disrespect for the deaf community and for what Nelson Mandela stood for, and the support which he gave the deaf community. Professional interpreters say they don't know who the man is, and organizations that accredit interpreters don't recognize him either. The Government Communications Office has not yet made an official comment. Okay, so Narelle, what happened in this article? What did they say about this interpreter?
Yeah, it was like a kind of stranger.
Yeah.
The organization that recruits interpreter doesn't know anything about him. And yeah, and professional interpreter didn't understand what he was doing with his hand.
Right.
He was like making his own sign.
Yeah.
And by the way, yeah, it was like disrespectful to the dead people, and they call him a fake.
A fake, yeah. Fake. So it sounds like cake.
Oh, fake, yes, fake.
Yeah.
Fake.
So he has been called a fake. So it's like if you're called a fake, it means you're not a true whatever. You know, like in this case, he was not a real interpreter. So that is, when I read that, I thought, how could that be? Like this, very important person just died, and people from all around the world, presidents and everything are coming to the funeral, and there's a guy up there who doesn't even know what he's doing.
Yeah.
That just seemed impossible. Like, how could that happen? I didn't know. Yeah. But, yeah, because, people who don't know sign language, which, a lot of people don't, they wouldn't know, what they're doing. It's weird. Yeah. So here's another word, flapping his arms around. So, he's just moving his arm in some kind of random way. It doesn't actually mean anything for the people who are deaf. They don't understand what he's doing. So that's weird. And what did it look like what he was doing during Obama's speech? Do you guys remember what it said there? It looked like he was doing something.
Oh yeah, with his eyes on the sky. He was swatting his eyes on the sky?
He was swatting flies. Swatting, yeah. He was trying to swat flies. So to swat flies means like you try to hit them.
Yeah.
If you have flies or mosquitoes or something like that, buzzing around your face and you're trying to like get them out of your face or, hit them, that's what it means to swat them away. So it just looked like he was doing that rather than interpreting, saying something in sign language. So the Deaf Federation, how did they feel about it? Gracielle, did you understand that part? What did they say about it?
Yes, I understand. I see news. I'll talk about this.
Oh,
and yes, the guys make flights with arms.
Yeah.
he can fly their hands. But the problem, he told this accomplishment,
This
this
event or something?
this event,
Yeah.
he have a problem in your health, and he can't. He need help. The woman read the arm, the hands.
Mhm.
Said, these guys only understand that. Help me. And
Uh-huh.
because he have a problem, he said, "Help me!" Because on he no make it
Uh-huh.
say help me, because he have a problem. But
Oh, okay.
yes, he have a problem your
Oh.
how to say health.
Yeah, well, I looked it up and I saw this article. It says that he admitted afterwards that he was receiving treatment for schizophrenia. So schizophrenia is a type of mental illness.
Yes, before he go another event,
Mm.
bit is good, but
Uh-huh.
this event he have a problem. This is problem.
Uh-huh. Okay.
There's no fake. There's no fake.
Huh.
This is not fake. He
Yeah.
is true. He
He just
he
had a problem.
his make yes, he have a problem, but
Oh, okay.
he make a I don't know the words. Uh, he go school for how to say
Uh,
halfly hands
for sign language?
sign language.
Mhm.
Yes, he is teacher for sign language.
Oh, okay.
The problem health.
Okay, so he had a problem with his, yeah. Well, it says he had a schizophrenic episode. So he
He
was,
worked 5 years for government of Africa,
uh-huh,
South Africa,
South Africa.
for
Okay.
for sign language.
Okay. Huh. Yeah. He says, okay, well, that's interesting. Wow. All right.
Yes.
I didn't hear about it before. That was the first time I heard about it. Did you, Narelle or Raphael, did you hear about that before?
Yes, it was shown on the news.
Uh-huh.
Everything happened.
Yeah.
Well, I think all the world was watching this
Hmm.
fake story.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't. I saw, but maybe I missed this part. I
Uh-huh.
didn't saw this. Is there any YouTube or something where I can see it? I'm interested in
Yeah,
seeing this man.
probably.
Well, if he suffered of schizophrenia, I don't think it was his fault. I think it was the fault of who selected him, who put him
Right.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Lisa,
Mhm.
this is the website where I can see this mysterious man.
Yeah. Yeah, the link I put it in there. That's
Oh,
one article
oh, awesome.
about him. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to switch to something completely different here. This one is called Basketball Player on a Floor. So,
Mm.
this one's about sports. Okay.
Yeah, my husband loves.
Oh yeah? Graciela,
Yes,
is your husband from Brazil or is he from the United States?
from United States.
Oh, okay. That's
But
why you're
the worst teacher, because he wants to. He said, "Oh, I need to learn more Portuguese. I can teach you." This is my problem here.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's trying to improve his Portuguese.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's hard. All right. Well, at least you're in Florida, so you can. But there's a lot of Brazilians that live in Florida, I hear.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I
okay.
have a community here in Jacksonville.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yes, Jacksonville, Orlando,
Oh, wow.
Miami.
Yeah. I had a
Yes.
student, I had a Brazilian student that I worked with, and he was practicing his English a lot because he was going to go to Disney World. And when he got there,
Mm-hmm.
he was very frustrated because so many people talked to him in Portuguese. He didn't want to talk in Portuguese. He wanted to speak
Yeah,
English. Yeah. So,
yeah. Many people go Disney. Bye,
yeah.
bye, 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 bye.
Yeah.
When you're from Brazil.
Yes, lots of people go to Disney World from Brazil. Yeah. It's a popular destination for Brazilians. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, basketball player on a floor. A Harlem Globetrotter has a lucky escape after dunking a basketball and causing the glass backboard to shatter. In keeping with his team's famously theatrical style, William "Bull" Bullard clung to the rim after dunking the ball, causing the hoop to topple over and crash to the ground. He managed to avoid serious injuries by a matter of inches, falling under the hoop and not in front of it, where the majority of glass landed. Bullard's injuries included a cut above his left eye and a dislocated shoulder, and after being treated by on-site medics, the player made a triumphant return from the locker room to be greeted by a standing ovation from fans. Okay. A Harlem Globetrotter has a lucky escape after dunking a basketball and causing the glass backboard to shatter. In keeping with his team's famously theatrical style, William "Bull" Bullard clung to the rim after dunking the ball, causing the hoop to topple over and crash to the ground. He managed to avoid serious injuries by a matter of inches, falling under the hoop and not in front of it, where the majority of glass landed. Bullard's injuries included a cut above his left eye and a dislocated shoulder, and after being treated by on-site medics, the player made a triumphant return from the locker room to be greeted by a standing ovation from fans. All right, first of all, have you guys heard of the Harlem Globetrotters? Have you guys heard of that team before? Basketball?
No.
No.
Yes.
Yes. Raphael, what do you know about the Harlem Globetrotters?
I think it's a special team of basketball. They don't play officially. They just do presentations about
Yeah.
their techniques of basketball play, and they do a kind of acrobacies or something like that in the courts to
Yes.
to please the people, the public.
Yes, exactly. That's right. So it's kind of more like entertainment rather than really a basketball game. They usually have another team that they're playing against, and then they do funny things, and they do tricks, and it's really more like, not really a circus per se, but it's just a funny show. I saw them one time when I was a kid, and it was pretty funny. So they're popular. They've been around for many years. Different people, of course, are on the team, but they're very well known. Harlem is, if you guys know, Harlem is an area in New York.
New
New
York.
York. Yeah. Have you guys been there? Has anybody been there? Norel, have you been there?
I wasn't there, but just passing by
Oh, okay.
because you don't want to be inside this place.
Well, it can be, no, it has a reputation of being a dangerous place, but a lot of African Americans live there. So Harlem, and then of course the word globe trotters is about the basketball. The basketball is like a globe, and they're, traveling all around. So a globetrotter is a person who travels all around the globe, and they do that, but they do it by playing basketball. So they're kind of funny guys, and it's a good show. So anyways, what happened to one of the guys? Did you guys understand that, Raphael? What happened what did he do, and then what happened?
He tried to make a dunk,
Uh-huh.
but I think he hit the
The glass.
glass of
Uh-huh.
the dunk. Yes, and it broken, but and he fell down on the floor, and the pieces of the glass almost hit him, and
Mhm.
he he could have serious injuries, but
Yeah.
luckily he hadn't,
Yeah.
because he was a little he was not that close of where this glass
Yes.
fell down.
Yes. So for some words here, I am clung. He clung to the rim. That just means he kept holding on. So the word is to cling, that's the verb, and clung is the past tense. So he clung to the rim. So he was holding on to it, and then of course it shattered. So when glass breaks like that, it just shatters everywhere. But you're right. He didn't get seriously injured because the glass went forward and he went under the rim. So he was able to avoid serious injury. So that's good. So that's a good that's a common way to, when you're listening to news reports, they'll say that he managed or they managed to something. So he managed to avoid serious injuries by a matter of inches. Yes, which is where the majority of the glass landed. So in front there. Um, this last part here. So, famously theatrical. So that's how you can describe the Harlem Globetrotters. They're very theatrical. So it's like watching a show. It's not like watching a normal basketball game where they're very aggressive and they just want to win. This is more fun. It's fun. They do funny, silly things. Let's see. He got cut above his eye. Anything else? Did you guys, Gracia, how about the language in this one for you? Did you learn some new words?
Uh,
Dislocated his shoulder. That means it kind of came out of its socket a little bit.
Repeat it. I don't understand that you are asking me.
How was the vocabulary for you? Was it difficult or okay?
Uh, Medium.
Okay.
Medium. No difficult and no, how to say, easy.
Not easy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
some words in there. Yeah. Narelle, how about for you? Any new words in there, or are you able to understand everything when I read it?
Yeah, the word, maybe rem is new to me.
Which one?
RIM,
Oh, the rim. Okay.
rem.
Yeah, that's true. That would be it's kind of specific to a basketball hoop. The rim, the basketball hoop is made out of metal, the orange. They painted orange. That's the rim right there. So he was holding on to it. Did you know what a dunk is?
No,
All
where
right, so
is the rim?
yeah,
Yeah, where is the rim?
dunking the basketball. I'm going to show you a picture.
Oh,
So a lot of times, they shoot from far away, but then sometimes they go in and they dunk it. So this guy right here,
oh,
he's jumping up high and he's going to dunk it with his hands right into the net
yes.
there. And so he's going to, sometimes when they do that, they hold on to the rim. So, kind of they
Oh,
kind of swing from the rim. Oh, look at that guy's knocking that other guy down.
yeah.
it can it can
Yes,
be very physical. So like this guy right here, he's holding on to the rim after he puts the
Yes.
ball in the
yes.
net. Yeah. So that's a specific kind of a word related to basketball. There's Michael Jordan. He was a very famous basketball player. So, Graciela, does your husband watch a lot of basketball on TV?
He loves. He loves Miami.
Miami
He's
Heat or something?
Miami.
Wait, is it the Heat? I don't know all the teams. Yeah.
Yeah, I only see Miami. You say, I this last year Miami. How to say when people win
Did they
win?
win?
Yes, this year too. Hello, my team.
Well, I don't know what
Yeah,
this Miami. I thought it was Miami Heat, but then maybe they changed their name to the Hurricanes.
I
Oh no,
don't.
that's the university. No, that's the university team. Yeah.
Yeah, no, have a team is professional.
The professional team is the Miami
The
Heat.
professional.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Now, a lot of guys like to watch basketball. Does he like football too, or just basketball?
I love volleyball.
You like volleyball. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Narelle, are there any sports that you like to watch on TV, Narelle?
Hockey.
Hockey. Oh, really?
Yes. Oh,
Interesting.
hockey, yes.
Uh-huh. Interesting. And what about you, Raphael? Do you like to watch sports at all?
When I have free time, I like to watch American football games on TV.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yes. Here, I live close to Seattle, so we have the Seattle Seahawks. And so every time there's a game, usually on Sundays, people all around my town are wearing their Seattle Seahawks shirts. So you always know there's a game coming up.
And they are playing well this week.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa, what's Seahawks?
Seahawks. So a hawk is a bird, and the
Oh.
sea is like a bird. Yeah, let me see. I'll show you the. They have Seattle Seahawks. You can see their little logo right there. That's what their logo.
Oh, yes. Seahawk.
Yeah.
I saw those things on TV.
You've seen those ones? Yeah, I don't know what the real bird looks like actually.
This football America.
That's American football, yes.
Yeah. Here in Florida,
Yeah.
they have men. They play football America.
Uh-huh.
Tim Tebow, you meet
No.
Tim Tebow?
Mm-mm.
Oh, many people he love Tim Tebow.
Oh yeah?
Yes, love Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow in TV, Tim Tebow t-shirt, Tim Tebow mug.
Oh yeah.
The children love Tim Tebow.
Okay, let's see. What is our
Now Tim Tebow in another state in Georgia, in the team
the Gators?
alligators.
Florida
Yes.
Gators. Yeah?
Before Tim Tebow, he in Jacksonville no Jaguars.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know all the different ones. There's so many different teams around.
Yes, the team alligator. Tim Tebow, I think now this team.
What's the name? Is there a special name?
Tim Tebow.
How do you
Tim
spell it?
Tebow.
How do you spell it?
Tim Tebow. I don't remember the name. Tim Tebow. I need to ask my husband about it.
Oh, okay. What?
Yes, this Rafael Wright is good. Tim Tebow.
Oh, Tim Tebow. I don't know him. Rafael, do you know him?
Yes, I think he's a quarterback. I don't know exactly the team he plays, but I think he.
Tim Tebow. Oh, he's popular. Yeah, I
Yes,
don't.
in Florida.
Oh, there you go. He's a quarterback. Yes.
Now I don't remember the. Yes, this guy.
Oh, okay. He's popular. In Florida, huh?
Yes, yes. He
But
born
does,
here in Jacksonville, maybe, I think.
oh, he was born in Jacksonville, is that why?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he was they call that a hometown boy. They like to support the hometown boys. Like if a small, how big is Jacksonville? Is it a very big town?
Yes, very. I think the Jacksonville is the second city, the bigger in
In
Florida.
Florida?
Yeah,
Okay.
for instance, no population.
Oh, okay. Whoops. Jacksonville. Yeah, okay. Oh, you're pretty close to the water.
Yes, I live next to beach.
Nice. Which beach?
Yes, yes. I live next to between um, Jack's Beach.
Jacksonville Beach?
Yeah, I live here next to San Jose.
Nice. Does it look like
When
that?
you close.
Is that what it looks
Yeah,
like where you live?
this next to beach.
Uh-huh.
I don't live there. I need before be- uh, no more far.
Okay, farther away. Yeah.
It's more to this close home my friends.
Okay. Yep, there's the beach right there. Wow. Nice.
Yes, every Sunday in the morning I go to the beach.
Oh,
Cold
yeah?
or no, I go. Yes, it is nice.
What do you do there? Just go for a walk or
I
something?
I work here with my dog.
Ah,
My
okay.
dog loves the beach.
Uh-huh. Nice.
This yes. Next to this place have a restaurant.
Uh-huh.
I think Joy's.
Yeah, you go there. Nice. Did you ever have problems with hurricanes there?
No, 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 no.
No. Oh, good.
Before I live in Key West. In Key West, I have many hurricanes. Here,
Oh.
no.
Uh-huh. Nice. And people surf there too, huh?
I yes have class for surf in the morning.
Really?
Yes,
Fun.
for surf, yoga.
Uh-huh. Surfing and yoga. Okay. Nice.
Yes.
That looks like a fun place. Is it a big trip? Yeah?
Depends. I prefer another city named Pontevedra.
Uh-huh.
The beach is better.
Oh,
It's more
okay.
clean.
Better beaches. Yeah. You want to go swimming, Narelle?
Yes.
It's pretty close to you.
I'm just saying, open my eyes big wide, looking at this water.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Raphael, have you ever been to Florida, Raphael?
No, no, I haven't traveled to US before. I hope I'm planning some traveling maybe next year, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I haven't been to Florida, but only to Disney World, so I have never been to a beach in Florida, but I've heard that it's really nice. Some of the beaches can be really nice for snorkeling, too. Have you gone snorkeling, Gracia?
Gangster?
Snorkeling? Do you know snorkeling?
No, it's no clean.
Snorkeling, where you go underwater and you see the fish and stuff?
I think no. I never see.
Yeah, snorkeling's pretty fun. This is snorkeling like that. Like that.
No,
Yeah,
no. In Key West have here no.
okay, in Key West. Wow, cool.
Yeah, before I
Nice.
live in Key West.
Uh-huh, nice. Okay, cool. All right, you guys. Well, we gotta finish this class, and I have to close it, and I'm gonna do the next class, which is gonna be more speaking for you guys. If you want to continue on, I'll see you there, and if not, I'll see you another time. Thanks for coming to
I
class.
see you another
Thank you,
9
Lisa.
o'clock.
Okay, all right, sounds good. See you. See you.
But I think it's cold.
Yeah, yeah. Not too bad compared to where I am.
Today in the morning, 54.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cold. Colder
Yes.
for Florida, but Florida's still pretty warm. For me right now, the temperature where I live is 40 degrees Fahrenheit,
Uh-huh.
or what does it say? 4 degrees Celsius.
How do you say this? Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah, Fahrenheit.
In Brazil said
Celsius. Yeah,
Celsius.
right. Pretty much everywhere else in the world. The Americans in the United States, we don't use the metric system very much. We learn about it and we use it in like science, technology, baking, things like that. But for temperature, we use Fahrenheit, and when you're measuring. Hi, everybody. My name is Lisa, and I am one of the teachers here at Verbling.com. And this hour, we're going to have an English class. It is going to be a listening practice class. So if you want to join us for this hour, if you have a reservation, you can go ahead and use that reservation now. If you do not have a reservation, that's okay, because the class is starting right now and you can join anytime. So you can click on the Join Class button right above the video that's streaming right now on Verbling.com. If you are checking Verbling.com out for the first time and you are wondering how it works, I will take some time now to explain while we are waiting for students to join the class. So Verbling.com is a language learning website, and you can take classes all day long, every day in English. We also have Spanish, Italian, and
I think it retains the heat, so I think it would be worse.
yeah, usually, like, for example, in Florida, it can be hot, and we call it muggy if it's really humid. And in the south, in the southern states of the United States, that's what the weather can be like. It can be hot and muggy. So that's more miserable. Hot and dry is usually nicer. But yeah. All right. So hi, Miguel. How are you? Michael.
Hello, Lisa. Oh, very well. Thanks. And you?
I'm doing well, thank you. What time is it? We're in Spain.
In Spain, 2 o'clock? No.
Wow. Wow.
Very late.
Very late. Oh, well, it's Saturday night, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Today I go out. I at home now.
Yeah.
To practice my.
French as well. So hi there, Raphael. How are you?
Hi, Lisa. I'm fine, thank you. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Still hot?
Yes, really hot today.
Yeah. So what do you do to stay cool when it's so hot?
I don't know. I think I've taken maybe 7 or 8 showers today, just to and and
Wow.
a lot of water and just
Drinking a
to
lot. Yeah.
yeah.
Is it hot and humid, or is it it must be humid, right? Because you're by the water? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yes,
humid.
it's humid. It's
Okay.
humid. It's not that dry. It's the kind of medium term. It's not exactly humid.
Okay.
I think it would be worse I think it would be worse if it would be completely humid. Maybe I think it would The moisture.
The moisture, yeah.
English is very bad.
All right, well, we're going to practice right now. So, Graciela, how are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing well. How's Florida?
I miss you.
How's Florida today?
Now it's cold.
Cold, really?
Yes, very cold.
Where in Florida do you live? What part of Florida?
North. I live in Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, let's see what the
Yes.
weather is. Do you know what the temperature is? It says it's 65.
I need to I need to look.
Maybe 18
One sec.
in Celsius.
I don't. Sorry. In Brazil, I like the cells here for
Yeah.
prayer.
Fahrenheit.
76 now.
76?
No, this no. This inside. Sorry, this inside. I need to look outside.